Park to witness the... My name is Ian Day, and I'll be joined by
Jerry Harrison
throughout the afternoon to bring you this live telecast. Stand by, HSCV viewers. Umpire Peter Mee to get the big clash between South Australia and Victoria underway. Going through Davies. Long to the outer side there. Chasing the ball is Clark. He's got too much pace there for South Australia's Bennett. And the free kick will go the way of Clark of Victoria. A lot of secrecy about the Victorian placings prior to the game. Perhaps Jerry will pick those up for you in the moment. Clark's kick goes towards the half-forward line, but Leo of South Australia, the back pocketman, comes up and takes the mark at centre-half back. Slips it over to captain Michael Taylor. Didn't gain much advantage, but Taylor now kicks long to the half-forward line. Looking there for South Australia's Bennett. The ball over the pack. Coming to meet it there is Hodgman. Looks for help. Gallagher, stringer through. In trouble. Back now towards Poletic. Poletic 25 metres out. Can't get to the ball. McKay in for Victoria. But the umpire has ruled a free kick to go to South Australia's run-on player, Milan Poletic. He's 40 metres out, right in front, breeze at his back. Should make the distance easily. Conditions overcast, but really ideal for football. Great deal of excitement at the first clash, or the first clash in 4 years. Poletic heads towards the golf course end at Football Park, but he's sprayed it offline, and 1 point results from Poletic's kick.
SA's first sortie into the forward line. Plenty of players at the drop of the ball until Poletic finally dropped it, and then it was all Victoria. Now the kick-off comes from Kelvin Moore. Dempsey in front has it fisted away. Stringer kicks forward. David Mackay, the bounce beats him. Clark was run down. In fact, that was Robbie Flower. Melbourne wingman has been freed at centre-half back. Flower now getting a 15-metre penalty into the bargain as Duckworth infringes.
He'd be no stranger to Melbourne viewers.
And Robbie Flower's kick. Low trajectory to the half-forward line. Almost pulled in by Jackman. Kicking around the corner was Turner. Hardiman kicks the ball into the centre where Gallagher takes. The handballs to Lahu. Run down from behind and is holding the ball paid against that player. Clark it is. Kicking wide to the lead of Wilson, but in turn leaves it for Shaw. And Shaw's deep on the half-forward flank. Loose players further afield. Flower drifting down from the centre. Robbie Flower going into what breeze there is. 50 metres out. It's a good kick. Carrying well, but will drop short. Fitzpatrick paid the mark. His opponent was Button, but he was too strong. Mike Fitzpatrick. It's a tight angle, but he's on the right side for the right-legger. Possibility now for the first major of the game, and he's done just that. A great kick by Mike Fitzpatrick, and the first goal goes on the board in the opening minutes here at Football Park. Victoria.
Ooh, wait till they cast their hungry little eyes on my blanquette of veal. Should I tell them how it's made? Well, why not? Forget the recipe cook-in sauce. I start with veal and add the cook-in sauce. This is white wine with cream, and I just cook the meat right in it. Perfect for guests, easy enough for every day. And when they ask for the recipe, just say, forget the recipe. Forget the recipe cook-in sauce, the start of something good.
Teammate Hardiman going through half-forward with a tumbling punt kick. Moore hits the ground. Poletic's there for South Australia. A left-foot snapshot of goal is way offline, and it receives only one flag. 2 points then to South Australia. They lead Victoria on 1 goal. Kelvin Moore kicking grandstand side, a floating drop punt, and a good mark. Coming in the side was Andrew Bennett of South Australia. Bennett had Davies short, but hooks the ball across to the face of goal where Big Dempsey pulls it in with ease. Looking to play on, but all players were covered. Dempsey now using Southby. Goes wide. Out there he finds Foles. He in turn Clark, who was run down. Dunstan running through. That's Clark now at centre wing. Gary Wilson now also at centre wing takes the handball. Sewer ran him down. Lahu out in front marks for South Australia.
Liu on the half-back flank to put the South Australians back towards the centre wing position. Good mark taken there by South Australia's Roberts. Plays on through Gallagher to the half-forward line. Rock the sitter. Coming away is Foles. Across towards centre wing, and Turner leads in the race to the ball, but he won't get to it before it goes out of play. South Australia slightly in attack between wing and half-forward right flank. Davies on the ball. Gets the flip back, but it's straight back there now to Wilson. Wilson is going to use Dempsey, runs into trouble. In turn, gets the ball away now to Flower. Dunstan it was, kicks to the half-forward line. Players go down, Malcolm Blight in there. Thrown off the ball is Hardiman, and will be free kick. Gary Hardiman, the former Victorian from half-back flank. A brilliant record in VFL football. Run of injuries has prevented showing his true form in South Australia. Kicked long towards the half-back line, and the free kick will go the way, or the mark will be paid to David McKay at centre half-back.
McKay quickly using Wilson. The flank, Poletic in pursuit. Wilson's around, uses Dool. Back to McKay, he's caught, but gets past. A loose handball, Stringer through for South Australia. Dool tackles, but Stringer kicks to find Sewer. Ralph Sewer in the front section of the square, drives into centre half forward. McKay, good mark. Quickly over to Robbie Flower. Flower uses Dunstan. And through half forward go the Vicks, but Craig's in front for SA and marks on the half-back line. Neil Craig. No leads forthcoming. Distance is gone for, but it's a bad kick. And Flower's in the way for Victoria. At centre wing, driving there to the lead of Danaher was well done. Terry Danaher inside the square, puts a high ball up to the centre half-forward region. Roach is out there, a good solid mark. His opponent was Coleman and Button getting up off the ground. But it's Michael Roach. Within distance, 40 metres out. The angle shouldn't present a problem, but he's kicking into what breeze there is. The shot from Roach going away to the right, and 1 point is the result. Victoria moving to 1-1, leading South Australia 2 behinds.
Victoria's handball, getting them into attack, and then the big mark by Roach. Coleman. Straight down ground, looking for Davies, going to be short, Blight up, can't handle it, Davies, Blight again, slips it out, Hodgman for South Australia on the half-back line, undecided what to do, looks for Sewer. Dool through for the Victorians, run down from behind. The tackle by Duckworth was too hard, and Dool gets the free kick to Dempsey. Midfield, puts the Vicks into attack, up towards Roach again. Coleman there with him over the top. Liu rescues South Australia. In the back pocket, but short to Weston. And South Australia come away, grandstand side, towards Bennett at centre wing. Called to play on. Quickly in his Southby for Victoria. Dummies the handball, then sets it up now. Victoria go ahead through Turner. Not a good kick to the half-forward line. Whipping in now Shaw, paddling the ball in front of him. He's in the pocket. Hooks in towards full forward. Roach there over his head. Could bounce through. This is going to be touch and go. Clark runs it through, but I think he was over the line before he got to the ball. Yes, and the umpire says 1 point.
That moves Victoria to 1-2. A clear goal ahead of South Australia on 2 behinds. 10-minute mark of this first term. A blistering opening. Plenty of pace being used by both sides. Victoria the more certain at the moment as a long kick comes from Coleman, taken by Taylor. Michael Taylor, the SA centre man, getting a 15-metre penalty now. Coming up the centre wing. Passes to the outer side, looking for Davies, but slipping in was Flower. Robert Flower going up to the lead of Danaher. Craig behind, but Danaher pulls it in. And he, in turn, also gets a 15-metre penalty. Umpires looking to get control early. Danaher driving in the centre half forward. Shaw's there, so also is Jackman. Wilson, however, around. Passes in, not a good pass. Deep to the right forward pocket. And a throw-in will result right beside the behind post.
Victoria 1-2, South Australia 2 points. 10 minutes into the first quarter. of the interstate clash between Victoria and South Australia. Button with Fitzpatrick at the throw-in. Line ball, Liu uses Jackman to run the ball out of defence towards the half-back line, taken by Bennett. Bennett in turn has Davies clear at centre wing. South Australia going with method. Weston gives the run through centre now. South Australia into attack on the lead, however, was Evans, but the ball drops short and finds Dool. Beautifully intercepted. A chance now for South Australia. Dool, however, takes the ball away. This time he succeeds in getting the kick to centre wing. Dempsey one-handed. Will need backup support. Gets it out. Flower through, but it's taken by Dempsey. Given now to Dunstan as he goes across the half-forward line. Roach on the lead, and that's the perfect pass. Roach 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Good pass, good lead. The Richmond sensation of 1979 is kicking into a breeze, coming somewhat from his right to left. The kick is going to be battling for distance. Button in the last line of defence. Fitzpatrick there as well. And finally, it's Button who takes the ball away for South Australia.
Kicks long to the outer side. Fisted forward by Bennett. Taylor tackles Shaw. Stalemate ruled. A bounce will take place between the centre wing and the half-forward line of Victoria. Going into the breeze in this first term, lead by 6 points. Davies. Back to Taylor, gets a free kick, however. It'll be the South Australian captain now to kick the home side forward. Dempsey on the mark. Davies goes wide looking for Gallagher. Flicked it back. Up came Duckworth, overran it. Dunstan now caught. High tackle ruled. And Ian Dunstan will be freed on the half-back line for Victoria. Got Fitzpatrick loose in the centre, but prefers to keep play on the outer side. And a 15-metre penalty again being played, and that's numerous of those played in the early 13 minutes of this first term.
Dunstan almost up to centre wing, bolts off now, goes to the flank, looking out there for Wilson. Good mark for the Victorian Rover. Immediately breaks clear on the left leg, looking for Roach. He's underneath this one. In the back pocket, it's Button who burst his way clear. One bounce, two bounce. Over the half-back line, kicks into the man. Here's a chance now for Victoria's Tuck. Can't break his way through. Been blamed for holding the ball, and South Australia's Weston takes the kick. He goes right across field, looking out there for Duckworth. Gets his hands to it, can't complete it. Quickly onto the boot of Fitzpatrick towards the half-forward line. Clark has been paid the mark. Good effort, had one hand held to him, and Clark at centre half-forward to put the Vicks into attack. He's going in short there. In comes Stringer. Hardiman was the spoiler. Goes right across ground. Flower versus Gallagher out there. Flower in front position. Quickly in for South Australia is Jackman. Chance for Victoria. Heading for open spaces is Flower towards the goal. And I think he's put it through for a goal. Fine work from Robert.
I first bought Kit because it was so convenient. Makes up 2 litres of dishwashing liquid in this little pack. Easy to carry home, easy to throw away, easy on my purse. And I'm staying with when you down to be a fool to change. Kit cleans dishes thoroughly, and with Kit, suds last and last. It was the first of its kind, and it's still the best way to buy 2 litres of dishwashing liquid.
Well, we certainly hope that you're enjoying this direct telecast from Football Park in Adelaide. Both these sides putting up a tremendous performance. We'll take this little short break because we've got something special for you coming up. That is the direct telecast of the Adelaide Cup. And to do the description will be our old friend Bert Day.
And Linda Jones will get a mighty ovation if she happens to win the race. She got a great ovation here last week when she won the West End Stakes. And one can imagine that they'll lift the roof of the grandstand if Linda happens to win the Cup on Northfleet this afternoon. Rain Circle and Exalting. Rain Circle is carrying the correct colours of black, gold spots. Exalting has the black gold spots with white armbands and cap to distinguish that horse from Rain Circle. They're both trained by Horry Hendry, whose establishment is about 50 yards across the road here at Morfettville. Looking through the others, Sovereign Blaze does not look a stayer to me. Moonhawk, of course, had the bad luck to puncture a hoof and not be able to run in the St. Leger, which certainly you wouldn't think would help his preparation for the Cup this afternoon. And it should be a mighty race. It looks a very even field, and the The weather is dull, but the race should not be. It's a very pleasant day, really, and an enormous crowd here for the Cup. The SAJC should be very pleased with the crowd here this afternoon, and they're getting ready to move the horses forward for the running of the Adelaide Cup for 79. No scratchings, a full field of 17 to run as they move up for the Cup. We are ready. Our runners are moving into the gates for the running of the 1979 Adelaide Cup. Zama Lad, take note, has gold armbands and cap to distinguish that horse from Moon Hawk, and Exalting has white armbands and cap to distinguish that horse from Rain Circle. Now they're moving in well. Clear Day about to come up. Northfleet moving in. Raylif going down with Zama Lad. Waiting on Clear Day, Yashmak. Now, the equal favourites for the Cup here, 35 to 10, Vive Velour and Panamint, and Raylif is quite well backed at about 7 to 1, second favourite, behind the dual equal favourites for the race. Our Panamint, the former Irish Day, are moving in, waiting on My War Wagon, Sovereign Blaze, Gunderman. No, not Gunderman, it's the one in white armbands and cap, Exalting, to distinguish that horse from Rain Circle. Waiting on Moonhawk to walk up, My War Wagon coming forward. Now, Great Cat has gone in and waiting on Moonhawk to move in, the starter on his platform. And they're all in the gates for the 79 running of the Adelaide Cup. Any moment they'll be on their way, 3,200 metres. There's one near the inside, a bit toey. Starter waiting for them. Light is on for the Adelaide Cup. And they're away. A great start too, with Linda Jones kicking quickly up to the front on Northfleet. She's out a bit wide. Is she going to kick up and lead them? There's about 4 or 5 going fast on the inside of her. Moonhawk up there with also Bronze Lover looking for the lead, and Sovereign Blaze out there too, and Northfleet is with them. 4 in line. Moonhawk's dropped in behind them now, and they're followed by Yashmak on the outside from the Grey Prince Solero. Panamint is settled then on the outside of Vive Velour. Behind those is Zama Lad, and they're followed then by My War Wagon. Next then is Great Cat, the Western Australian stayer, and on his outside and getting pushed a bit wider, Rain Circle. Pura Marker behind those, and then back down in on the fence there is Clear Day. They're followed further back in the field to Gunderman back at the rear, and just up in front of it is Exalting and also Raylif. That's the order down past the 200 in the straight, where Linda Jones showing the way on Northfleet. Coming down to the judge the first time, and it's Northfleet, a length and a half, 2 Bronze Lover and Yashmak together. Then Sovereign Blaze on the outside of Moonhawk, and the pace not terribly fast. They're walking, in fact, past the judge the first time. Then comes Vive Velour on the inside, Prince Solero on the centre, and Great Cat 3 wide. There's Exalting going rather wide on the outside of the next bunch, Zama Lad and Panamint. They're followed by My War Wagon on the inside from Rain Circle. Then comes Raylif down on the inside. They're followed back on the outside then by Clear Day, and further in the field to Gunderman at the last 2 with Pura Marker. That's the order at the 2,000 metre mark. We're the leader here, Northfleet, setting its own pace about a length and a half to Exalting, who looks to be reefing a bit. Bronze Lover in 3rd place, and they're followed by Yashmak. On the inside next, Moonhawk, being covered on the outside by Sovereign Blaze. Vive Velour behind those, and Great Cat just in front of him, and Prince Solero's on his outside. They're followed a length and a half to Panamint and Zama Lad. Then comes Clear Day going up 3 wide on the outside of that pair. My War Wagon next from Rain Circle, Pura Marker. Raylif is second last, and Gunderman is back at the rear. Past the 1,600 metre mark in the Adelaide Cup, and Northfleet's about 2 in front now from Sovereign Blaze. Then Exalting 3rd on the fence with Moonhawk on the outside, and Great Cat up there too. They're followed by Yashmak, and then Prince Solero a bit wide over on the outside of Bronze Lover. Vive Velour travelling on the fence, but now he's eased him off the fence and going around Bronze Lover. Clear Day going with him there, and then being trailed by Panamint a length behind them. Zama Lad is next from My War Wagon, Pura Marker, and they're followed by Rain Circle, Gunderman, and Raylif is last. Down the side now with about 1,100 to go in the Cup, and the leader, Northfleet, about 2 lengths to Sovereign Blaze. Great Cat a neck away 3rd. They're followed then Barn on the inside by Exalting with Moonhawk and Prince Solero. Yashmak is next from Clear Day, and they're followed then by Vive Velour on the outside of Bronze Lover. Further back in the field then to Panamint, and then comes Zama Lad. Pura Marker at the head of the others from My War Wagon, Rain Circle, Raylif trying to get through somewhere on the inside, and Gunderman is still last. Northfleet about to be claimed at the 650 metre mark. Northfleet just the leader as they come down towards the turn in the Cup, but racing up on the outside, the 3-year-old Moonhawk has joined it. Clear Day in 3rd place, and they're followed then by Yashmak, and here comes Vive Velour and also Panamint, and they're followed by Great Cat from Prince Solero, and further back then in the field is Zama Lad. Into the straight break now, and it's Moonhawk trying to get to Northfleet. Moonhawk and Northfleet, and they're followed by Panamint. Vive Velour doesn't look to be doing well enough. Clear Day is coming at them too, and they're followed further back to My War Wagon. Is Panamint strolling up to them on the outside. Moonhawk kicking back. Panamint's got his head in front, and Panamint's starting to move away, and Panamint will win the Adelaide Cup. Panamint first, about 3 parts of a length to Moonhawk. Third was Clear Day. They were followed by Vive Velour fourth, and then came Raylef, who made up a lot of ground. They were followed by My War Wagon, Gunderman, and Exalting from Yashmak, Northfleet, Zamalad, Rain Circle there with it too, and then Prince Solero from Great Cat, Bronze Lover, Puramaka, and last of the lot was Sovereign Blaze. A great win to Panamint in the Adelaide Cup, ran second to Northfleet in the West End Stakes on Saturday, or the Saturday before last, and obviously that race had done it a lot of good. And although Moonhawk fought back very strongly, it was a very game run by Moonhawk, because he missed the run in the St. Ledger, and one wonders whether he'd got that conditioning run in the St. Ledger, whether the result may have been different. But it's 5, 14 and 3 in the Adelaide Cup.
I first bought Kit because it was so convenient. Makes up 2 litres of dishwashing liquid in this little pack. Easy to carry home, easy to throw away, easy on my purse. And I'm staying with Kit. When you find a good product at a down-to-earth price, you'd be a fool to change. Kit cleans dishes thoroughly, and with Kit, suds last and last. It was the first of its kind, and it's still the best way to buy 2 litres of dishwashing liquid.
Some coughs and colds are more serious than others. That's why Park Davies make a serious cough and cold medicine, Benadryl Expectorant. Yet Benadryl Expectorant is as safe for children as it is for adults. And as well as helping to relieve your deep-down cough, it helps relieve the cold symptoms, the running nose and eyes, the heavy chest and the blocked nose. Benadryl Expectorant, it takes coughs and colds seriously by helping to relieve the major symptoms.
I guess I have a little foot odor problem. Doesn't everybody?
He's got a big foot odor problem, and nothing seems to help.
Now a breakthrough. Comb Odor Eaters. Millions of particles of odor-destroying charcoal blended in soft foam insoles. Odor Eaters work all day to absorb perspiration, destroying odor of feet, socks and shoes.
Hey, these odor eaters are really odor eaters.
I know.
Guaranteed to work or money back from Comb Odor Eaters, Comb International.
Well, the winner of the Adelaide Cup, Panamint, second Moonhawk, and, of course, third Clear Day, and a great ride by Linda Jones on Northfleet, but couldn't hold the horse up long enough to win the race. So the scores out there at Football Park in South Australia, Victoria 2-6 to South Australia 2 points. Let's get back to that big match in the big league on Channel 7, a direct telecast.
Gary Hardiman playing on Danaher. Directs play towards the outer side. Looking there for Sewer over his head. Going in his flower. South Australia's Sewer on the top. And a bounce down will take place. Dunstan on the bottom of the pack. The bounce down almost in the centre of the ground. Blight through to the half-forward line. Tuck over the top of the ball. Searching for it, Western. Flower through. Taken away by South Australia's Gallagher. Off the fingers there of Bennett to the half-forward line. Duckworth getting underneath the ball, can't handle it. McKay tries to break his way clear, and he's gone for holding the ball. And the free kick will go to South Australia's Kimmy Hodgman. Could have been Southby who was the player holding the ball. 23.5 minutes into the first quarter. South Australia yet to kick a goal, and Hodgman's about 45 or 50 metres out. South Australian rover might be struggling for distance, though he's got the breeze at the back. Not going to be close. I think he's kicked the first South Australian goal. No, offline 1 point. South Australia now move on to 3 points. Trail Victoria 2-6.
Kelvin Moore, a good kick into the breeze. High up, Peter Moore, fresh on the ground. His opponent was Button. Moore to kick forward from the half-back line. Uses Ray Shaw. Beautiful pass, finds Blight at centre wing. Victoria looking to run. Blight's kick up to the half-forward line. Dropping back Turner. He had the front roll. Davies was there also. Trying to work through was Danaher, goes to ground. Back in went Tuck. And a bounce will result on Victorian half-forward line. Davies and Fitzpatrick. SO's way back to Jackman. Tuck bursts through. Jackman kicks around the corner. High ball, Bennett up with Blight, and a throw-in will result. Still on this half-forward line, Andrew Bennett, his first interstate appearance. Fitzpatrick in front, edged out by Davies, gets the free kick. And Mike Fitzpatrick about to kick Victoria deep into attack. Gets a lead from Roach, goes out into the path of that player, doesn't get a good run at it, forced to ground, over the head of Shaw, coming up Tuck, a quick kick forward. Well, who leads in the race for the ball? In front of Wilson, and a throw in 5 metres around from the left behind post to Victoria.
South Australia appearing to have problems picking up their players. They seem to be unsure just who exactly they're standing. Davies in front, hook back. A chance now for Craig to clear. Flower getting underneath the ball. Right there with him is Sewer, who could have been moved into the middle of the ground. Trying to break his way clear was Sewer, and he's going to take the free kick. Supported by Craig. Ball handling by South Australians uncertain as the kick goes long to the half-forward line. Dool spoils his own man. Through comes Duckworth. Here's the handball over to Hodgman. Heads in towards goal, but it's going to be offline again. And the South Australian rover notches his second point after being set up by Roberts.
It was better football by South Australia. Good coordination. Carey down to Roberts, across to Hodgman. Now it's Moore kicking in to find Foles. Playing in the permanent back pocket. Uses Southby, the other back pocket player. He's a bit undecided, but Kelvin Moore gives him the necessary run. Kicked off the ground by Blight. Dragged in by Kelvin Moore. A stalemate ruled for a bounce on SA's half-forward line. 18 plays for the Vicks lead. 2 minutes into time on first term. Button coming in. Moore. Button got the tap. Caught Southby. And a good tackle there by Neville Roberts. And with this 15-metre penalty, puts Roberts within distance. It's 45, 50 metres out. The angle about 60 degrees. Breeze coming from left to right. Neville Roberts. Shot which fades away with the breeze, and another behind goes on the board for South Australia. On 5 behinds, they trail Victoria 2-6.
Moore. Undecided which side to kick. I think it'll come grandstand side. Gets a lead from Browning towards the right. The mark taken by Roberts. Closer to goal than he was, but on a greater angle. He needs to take left to right. He's going short. Onto the lead, looking for Jackman. Quickly in his Hodgman. Hooks back over his shoulder. Evans the chance. Moore there with him. Evans front position. And Moore sensibly goes for the spoil and forces the ball out of bounds. Right forward pocket. Throw in. Carey and Moore. Carey's tap. Dool in the back pocket will use Folds to get the ball clear back towards Turner. A chance now for Button, leaves it behind. Stringer can't handle it either. Under pressure, the kicker's not a good one. Dunstan again. Wobbles it now towards Turner. Turner at centre wing. Puts the Vicks into attack towards the half-forward line. Fitzpatrick there can't handle it. Socked away by Michael Tuck. And the free kick will go to South Australia's with Davies.
Just forward of the half-back line of SA. Captain Davies. A tumbling punt kick. Button's in front. Oh, out the back it goes to Moore, but Button's got a free kick as he was run down by Blight. Neil Button. Kicking direct to goal. He got a lead from Evans. The back is Moore. Forced away by Dool to Peter Moore. Brushes Carey aside. Runs through half-back. Chops again. Uses Browning. And Victoria go up to their half-forward line. Big leap at the back is Hardiman, but quarter time rolls out here at Football Park in this first interstate place between SA and Victoria since 1975. The quarter time scores: Victoria 2-6, 18, South Australia 5 behinds.
Well, more and more people are shopping the right way, and you too can save on these cut price specials. Campbell's soups, 440 gram, varieties 33 cents. McAlpin's plain or self-raising flour, 1 kilogram, 35 cents. Small's family choc blocks, 200 gram, or club 150 gram, 59 cents. Meadowlea margarine, 500 grams, 69 cents. Sorbin twin toilet rolls, 49 cents. Dog chow, 1.5 kilogram, 2 varieties, 69 cents. Featuring G. Cummings Supermarket Essendon for service and savings. Yes, it's right way stores for cut prices every day.
With Ratsack, they're not just dead, but they're dead and gone. To keep down the threat of dirty, disease-carrying rats, put down Ratsack. Rats love Ratsack, but it kills them, and they go away to die. Ratsack. Don't wait to see a rat. Make no mistake, they're dirty and dangerous, and they spread disease. But with Ratsack, they're not just dead, but dead and gone. Ratsack.
Ooh, wait till they cast their hungry little eyes on my blanquette of veal. Should I tell them how it's made? Well, why not? Forget the recipe cook-in sauce. I start with veal and add the cook-in sauce. This is white wine with cream, and I just cook the meat right in it. Perfect for guests, easy enough for every day. And when they ask for the recipe, just say, forget the recipe. Forget the recipe cook-in sauce, the start of something good.
It's the magnificent voice of Dennis Walter. Hammond is proud to release this special album, Sometimes When We Touch. Listen to the magic as he sings Love Me Tender, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, Too Much Heaven, The Way We Were, So Sad the Song, Just the Way You Are, As Time Goes By, You Don't Bring Me Flowers, You'll Never Find. Out now on Hammond, Dennis Walter's Sometimes When We Touch, LP and cassette, $6.99.
Well, we certainly hope that you're enjoying this special edition of Channel 7's Big League, the direct telecast from Football Park in Adelaide, the clash between Victoria and South Australia. At quarter time, we see Victoria 2-6-18 to South Australia, 5 points only. And for those people who've just tuned in, we had a direct telecast of the Adelaide Cup, and our commentator there was Bert Day. The winner was Panamint, second was Moonhawk, and third, Clear Day. Jack, how do you sum up the situation at the moment?
So far, so good. They tried a little bit of rough them up a bit, the Victorians, but I think they lose a lot by that South Australian. I think they've only got one game to play that's out in the open. If they keep it going with a bit of pace, they've got a chance against Victoria, but if they start trying to rough them up, they'll have no chance at all. The Victorians, the one they want, are going pretty well at this stage. We've got Flower on the wing, who's playing particularly well there, getting the ball down at the full forward zone. Roach hasn't been on target yet, Downey. He's got 2 very nice marks and 2 shots for goal, but just hasn't got them. South Australia had a bit of an opportunity, but they had the wind. I think we've got to remember that they had the wind in the first quarter. So Victoria come in with the wind, and this is a big chance to go right away.
OK, at quarter time, Victoria 2-6-18 to South Australia, 5 points only. Our commentators there are Ian Day and Jerry Harrison. Let's go back to Football Park and see this clash between Victoria and South Australia, a special edition of the Big League by Channel 7.
Welcome back, HSV viewers. David Parkin, the Hawthorn and Victorian coach, obviously not happy with the Victorian first quarter, and I wouldn't think that Neil Curley would be with South Australian charges. At quarter time, Victoria lead 2-6 to 5 points. The goal kickers for the Victorians, Robbie Flower and Mike Fitzpatrick. In case you weren't tuned earlier, the 2 players left out of the Victorian 22 were Melrose and Breen, and they started Moore and Allen on the fence. But the anguishing part about the first quarter from the South Australian point of view, Jerry Harrison, was the fact that the South Australia, even now, doesn't appear to have the run.
Didn't have the run at all, Ian, particularly with the breeze at their back. 5 behinds, and 3 of those came very late in the time-on period of the first term. The old story of loose men bobbing up everywhere, and they happen to be blue jumpers with a white V on them.
Yes, the Victorians supporting one another well. Their backup has been superb. And even earlier in the piece, there seems to be more Victorian jumpers on the ground than South Australians. Stand by, HSB, for the start of the second quarter here at Football Park. Victoria 2-6 leads South Australia 5 points. As we start the second quarter with the interstate clash here at Football Park. Davies in. Duckworth appears to be on the ball at the moment, trying to break his way through with Sewer. Dool for Victoria comes to meet the ball, drives back towards the half-forward line. Danaher can't handle it. In defence is Weston. His kick is a wild run towards centre wing, but it'll go out of play. Chased by Phil Gallagher. Victoria kicking with the breeze in this quarter, worth a couple of goals. Dempsey and Davies. Davies in front spot. Tries to hook it back to Duckworth. His handball is not well delivered. Flower and Gallagher vie for it once more, and we'll see another throw-in. South Australia slightly into attack, kicking to the lake or northern end of Football Park. Dempsey again hooks it back well towards the waiting hands of Clark. In goes Wilson and Clark. Craig over the top. A massive arms and legs and a bounce down by umpire Bill Della.
South Australia have Carey at centre-half forward and thrown Duckworth onto the ball. Bounce, hit forward by Mark Browning to Clark. Quickly through half forward they go. Danaher's loose again. Hardiman at the back. Gave him a nudge. Been seen. And Terry Danaher freed at centre-half forward. He's got the breeze at his back. 50 metres out. The distance shouldn't be a problem at all. Oh, it's a floating punt kick, will fall in the square. Away from Moore it bounces, and a throw in now right beside the right behind post. Not a good kick from Danaher. It'll be Peter Moore and Neil Button. Coming in late, Moore gets the tap down. Lahoo uses Jackman. Driving to the half-back line, finds his captain Davies. Quickly to Gallagher. Up the centre wing go SA. Carey's in front of Mackay. Couldn't pull it in at second attempt. In comes Bennett. Loose one's taken by Southby. Victoria go to their half-forward line. Big leap from Davies. Wilson couldn't get through. Craig out to Jackman. A loose ball. Duckworth in front. Tuck hits to ground. Gallagher kicks South Australia forward.
Towards the half-forward line. Duckworth there, can't bring it down. Quickly in is Hodgman. He's going to use Bennett to run. South Australia into attack with method for the first time. Evans on the lead. Moore there with him, but the ball short of Evans. Couldn't pick it up. Out of bounds, full forward left pocket. South Australia, a little bit of run and system in that attacking move. Carey on the ball will be in opposition to Dempsey. Free kick is going the way of Victoria, to be taken by Dempsey inside his half-back line. No. Well, it's his free kick, but it was given to Browning, who goes to the outer side. Danaher well up ground. Taken away by Victoria's Dunstan towards their half-forward line. Coming to meet it is Coolmer. Button picks it up well. Looks for Stringer on the outer side. With him, Turner. Well done, Stringer. Good mark. Defensive side of centre wing. Goes with the drop kick. Oh, that's a poorly directed pass. It was all Dunstan, and he takes the mark unattended on the half-back line.
Ian Dunstan. A driving kick to the half-forward line. Down to Hodgman. Uses Lahoo. The kick back to centre wing. Davies is under it. Coming in Duckworth. Quickly to Craig. Better football by South Australia. Drive for Bennett. Went through there with Sewer. Duel away, however. Uses Folds. And Victoria go back to their half-forward line. Coming out more. Couldn't quite make it. Button. A long hand pass to Craig. He's run down. Moore caught. Throws the ball away. And Lahoo will take the free kick for South Australia just forward of their half-back line. Jim Lahoo. High kick carries over centre wing. Dempsey's up there, but from behind it's Bennett. Andrew Bennett using Michael Taylor. Kicks South Australia through half-forward. Dools in front, flew it alone. Quickly to Mark Browning. Into the centre he goes, over the head of Shaw. Coming up was Hardiman, but it bounces back to Shaw. He's run down, will be freed, almost in the front section of the square. 15-metre penalty, and Ray Shaw goes to centre half forward.
South Australia are giving these away fast and furiously. It's brought Shaw to within 50 metres, could almost make the distance. No, on the lead is Roach, but it's going to be saved by Weston to South Australia. A good falling mark. Paul Weston. Come right across ground to fellow clubmate of the South Australian football, Liu. Looks for Davies. Dempsey there with him. Taylor hooks around the corner. All Victoria. Chance now for Wilson to put them forward up towards the full forward area. Roach at the back of the pack. Liu, Button, Taylor. South Australia come away short to Davies. No, Hodgman in the front position, and he takes the mark. Gallagher, has run him into trouble now. The handball is poor. A chance now for Browning. He sets it up quickly for Clark. Clark, a long one in towards goal. This is going to be touch and go. More shepherding. Behind the pack is Button there as well. Blight in the pocket. Brought off the ball, holding the ball, said the umpire. And the free kick will go to Button. Button's taking the opportunity to bounce his way, trying to draw his opposition. He won't be sucked in, so he goes longer now, looking for Sewer. Right there with him is Dunstan. Off the side of his boot, back towards midfield.
Dempsey's there. Coming in hard was Duckworth. Duckworth in again. The free kick's been pulled out. Victoria's way, Gary Dempsey. And then yet another 15-metre penalty. Well, authority's one thing. Yet another 15-metre penalty. And finally, Dempsey will kick the ball from centre-half forward. A long screw punt. It's an enormous kick, carrying a long, long way, but offline. And the ball will be thrown in right beside the right behind post of Victoria. 6-minute mark of this second term. Victoria 18 plays South Australia 5. More at the back, but Weston kicks clear. Hardiman it was for South Australia. Roberts is up with Dool. Dool the stronger.
Dool on the half-forward line at the moment as he used Browning. He in turn has Tuck. Half volleys it well. Victoria into attack again towards full forward. At the back of the pack is Moore over the top. Can't bring it in. Light there. In pursuit now. You need backup support. Gives it out quickly to Wilson. 45 metres out. Hooks in towards goal. But he's coming right across the face and will only notch a point for Victoria. The Victorians always looking more dangerous in attack. Seem to have that waiting player for the handball, setting up the opportunities more easily than South Australia. More easier than South Australia. Victoria 2-7. South Australia 5 points.
Keith Coleman. Kick which holds up in the breeze. Carries to half-back, however. Forced down by Bennett. Taken by Flower. Dummied the hand pass. Kick smothered by Bennett. Over to Browning. And finds Dempsey at half-forward. Dempsey kicks a high ball. Will drop in the square. From behind comes Moore. Forced clear by Button. Loose one to Wilson. Running down is Danaher. Right straight through the goals as he had an open goal at his mercy, and Danaher.
Only Milo has that unique chocolate flavor. It's marvelous what a difference Milo makes.
Milo, delicious hot or cold. Buy a tin today. Make it a big tin.
Third goal on the board, and the first one to Danaher. 3-7 Victoria, 5 points South Australia.
Button on the ball now for South Australia, up against Dempsey. Bennett came in the side. Dunstan kicks forward. Stringer versus Turner. Turner keeps his feet. Victoria go through their half-forward line. Dropping back was Weston, but Malcolm Blight. Good solid mark. It's on the half-forward line. 2 goals from there before today. In a relatively quiet period so far for the Victorian captain. His 4th kick, about to go to boot. It's a high kick, long, carrying distance. The accuracy's there, and the 4th Victorian goal goes on the board from the boot of Malcolm Blight.
Well, that was a case of Victorian strength there at centre wing, where both Stringer and Turner fought for the ball. It was man for man, and it was the superior strength of Turner on his attack at the ball. Got him clear as he left Stringer lying on the ground. He hooked the ball around to Blight, centre half forward, took a great catch, and he converted for Victoria's 4th goal.
Again, it's Button and Dempsey, the 10-minute mark of this second term. Tap South Australia's way, but Dool's on the check side. Centre half forward it goes. Weston fists away from Danaher, who's called a play on. Got it to, no, he didn't get it to Browning. Hardiman intercepted. Goes wide, looking for Stringer, but dropping back is Michael Turner. He's on the half-forward line, driving a high ball through that region. Late in for South Australia came Davies. Dunstan's kick smothered. Working hard, South Australia. Weston finally. Gained little distance, hit down by Browning. Stringer. Danaher the tackle. No, it's Turner the tackle. And Michael Turner now to take the free kick on the half-forward line of Victoria. The breeze right at his back. Coming in from that angle. Turner's kick. It's long. Again, the accuracy is there, and Victoria starting to put space between them and South Australia.
There are so many delicious sides to the Continental Cube.
Give rice real flavor. 2 chicken and 1 garlic cube a cup. Crumble 2 bacon and 1 mushroom cube into scrambled eggs, and voila! Rub beef and mixed herb cubes into a roast before baking. Scrumptious. I use beef and chicken cubes so often, the multi-packs are must in my kitchen. That's flavor. That's Continental.
Shaw takes it. Wide the tuck. A high kick penetrates half forward. Hit away by Roach. Down to Blight. Kicking around the corner. Loose back there is Wilson. Stringer goes back with him. Turner comes in to help for Victoria. Wilson, Stringer still there. And holding the ball has been played against Victoria. And persistence wins for Stringer.
Deep in the back lines. Looks for Jackman. 15 metres. Ian Jackman having his first game for South Australia. Edges South Australia out of defence. It's not a good kick. Turner was there. Not Turner, Dunstan. Looking for Andrew Bennett. It was over his head and the ball out of play once more. Throwing on the outer side. Dempsey in opposition to Button. Bennett waiting at the back for the ball. Button used his body. Bennett goes in. And the free kick goes South Australia's way this time. Button just in attack on the outer side of the ground, long in towards full forward, looking for Evans. Moore there with him, quickly in his tuck. Dool, the long handball out to Dunstan, and Victoria come away once more, straight down towards midfield. Danaher in front of Weston. It looks like a move there. Danaher quickly plays on now to Blight. Blight on the half-forward line's having trouble with Hardiman. Hardiman's looking for backup support, gets it from Craig. He in turn will need Weston. Weston trying to tap the ball clear, does it well. South Australia into the tack short, finds Bennett on the half-forward line. Running, Weston. South Australia go forward with method up towards Evans. 1-2 grab, can't complete it. He'll need Hodgman there. Gets the handball away, but the grab was too high, according to umpire Bill Dalla, or was it Peter Mead? Peter Mead, and the free kick will go to South Australian full forward Tim Evans. Former Geelong VFL footballer, been with Port Adelaide Club now for quite some years. Tim Evans, 35-40 metres out, and South Australia badly needing a goal, a lift from somewhere. Heading into the breeze, it'll need to be a good kick. Kick underway, it's a low trajectory drop punt, it might just make it. The umpire's right on the scene there. Roberts trying to break his way through the pack, socket through there by Peter Carey, and 1 point only to South Australia. Takes their tally now to 6, trailing Victoria 5-7.
14-minute mark, Southby kicks in, a good high ball to the half-back line. Moore's up, good mark, Peter Moore. Again, the run of Victoria starting to show out. Gallagher intercepts, but Dempsey recovers, gives it to Flower. In turn, Clark. Run down by Davies. Davies in over the top of it again. Gallagher's with him and gets a free kick. Philip Gallagher, defensive side of the centre circle. Kick number 7. Statistics from Chris Day. Centre half forward, but Moore's in the way. Not a well-directed kick by Philip Gallagher. Quickly over to Foles, and the run of Victoria. Over the centre, through half forward. Out comes Roach. Couldn't pull it in. In hot pursuit's Coleman. Chipping in Stringer. But Roach persistent. Kicks around the body. Davies up there, and South Australia will relieve.
South Australian skipper, inside half-back, elects to defend to the outer side, short towards centre wing, Michael Taylor. He's still short of that centre wing position. Straightens up play towards the half-forward line, Sewer over the top, Flower for Victoria. Tremendous pace, straightens up now, no pressure put on him. He looks for Blight. Beautifully taken in front of Hardiman. Blight looking for a lead, decides to go back. Roach back in position now, but he's gone short to Shaw. He's still out on the half-forward line. In turn to Turner. Stringer for South Australia. Carey lumbers to meet the ball and takes it low down at centre wing. Peter Carey just forces the ball towards the half-forward line.
Into the path of Jackman. Foles was in hot pursuit. Jackman kicks around the corner. Up goes Roberts, but Dool spoils. And another throw-in to take place inside SA's half-forward line. Victoria dictating the trend. South Australia haven't got the leg power at the moment to keep with them. But taps back. Coming through is Hodgman. Not a good hand pass to Sewer. Sewer persists, breaks away from Browning at an open goal and has missed. SA still unable to find the big white uprights, go to 7 behinds, 5 clear goals behind Victoria on 5-7, as Dempsey goes to the interchange bench once more, and Mike Fitzpatrick on the ground.
Moore. Taylor. South Australian centreman on the half-forward right flank at the moment. Too far out to score. He's got Bennett in the square, together with Tim Evans. High. Bennett will be a leaper. Southby there as well. Over the top they go. Quickly down. Evans in. Upends Wilson, but the handball is poor. Jackman now hooks in towards goal, coming back with his boot, but Dool, what a great defender he's been for Victoria already, takes the ball. Moore. Caught. Over towards the other Moore. South Australia now. Roberts. Gone for holding the ball. Only about 30 metres out from goal. And it'll be Tuck to take the ball away.
Wide using Shaw. Ray Shaw. Being helped by Dunstan, cuts back across field, goes over the centre region, all South Australia. In fact, 2 players, Hardiman and Lahu, collide. Lahu's still on the ground. They're working it out now as Duckworth kicks through half forward. Carey has it fisted away. There's Roberts by Dool. Tuck. Running through half forward. A long kick penetrates. At the back is Roach. Paid the mark? Yes. Michael Roach, inside the half-forward line, and certainly within distance for the Richmond youngster. Opportunity to open his goal-scoring account. The distance isn't a problem, nor is the accuracy, and Michael Roach kicks his first goal at the...
You know, even without pan juices, you can make a gravy or a delicious sauce for chops, steaks, sausages, anything. All you need is a packet of Maggi rich meat or brown onion sauce. You simply mix and simmer. Now, look at this. And look at them, with a little Maggi flavour. They tell me every day tastes just like Sunday.
Maggi makes the flavour the closest thing to home.
His way to Hodgman. A loose ball taken by Flower. The running support from Southby. The Vicks through half forward again. Roach out. Coleman spoils. Fisted forward by Lahu is taken by Wilson. His snapshot at goal. Dropping well back is Davies. And Davies takes the mark just inside the goal line. Mike Fitzpatrick being brought back to give sufficient room for the South Australian captain to kick. Decides to run it out. Drives it towards the white line. In fact, goes over on the full. And Robbie Flower will kick in for Victoria.
Flower on the half-forward right flank. High towards Blight. He won't be the leaper. Davies will. Hodgman in. Davies quickly out to Taylor. Running is Craig. South Australia go forward indirectly now. Gives Roberts the run of the ball. Southby there with Dool. Roberts hares towards the boundary line. Can't keep it in play. Roberts, who's been badly hampered with a thigh injury all season, only playing his second or third game. Great tap out then by Button. Browning. Bennett. Southby on the half-back line. He forces the ball now towards the half-forward line, and Craig takes a good mark in defence. Neil Craig on the half-back line. has Carey at centre-half forward. South Australia playing indirect football. They're coming down grandstand side on this occasion. Flower has the pace. No pressure on him at all. Breaks clear. Sets up for Danaher. Good pass by Flower. He's played a wonderful game at centre wing already. Danaher now thought about playing on. He's forced to by umpire Della as the kick goes away towards Wilson. He's taken the ground by Liu. Hodgman will be first there. Liu gives him the opportunity. In comes Roach. Hodgman hasn't got it as yet. He'll need Liu. He in turn will need Coolman, and South Australia come away.
Up to centre wing. Moore's in front. Button backs back, and Southby belts the ball out of play. Throw in almost up to the Victorian half-forward line. 43 plays 7, 21 minutes into their second term. Moore against Button, down to Wilson. The high ball. Call to play on. Button taps out into the path of Lahu. Browning the pace. All well tagged by Lahu, however. Weston for South Australia. The half-forward line. Jackman. Good mark. South Australia starting to run for the first time as Jackman kicks through half-forward. Evans is back. Forced away. Kelvin Moore will clear for Victoria again. To centre wing. Coming up is Hodgman. Made good meterage. Good mark. Again, Victoria used the interchange bench, and for the first time, Graham Allen comes on with Wilson going to the bench, and Duckworth kicks South Australia forward. High ball, and going alone is McKay.
McKay will get a 15-metre. Brings him to centre-half back. South Australia a mess in their forward lines at the moment. Not even a semblance of a winner. Turner one hand up. Scoots after it with Stringer. Turner with the superior pace. Looks now for Dunstan. Further afield is Blight. Half volleys it beautifully. Still conceding ground. He's back past centre wing at the moment. He'll straighten it up to Tuck. No, it's going to be Shaw who takes it. Tuck was there as well. Victoria go forward short towards Danaher, and he takes the mark at centre-half forward. Leading all the time, giving his teammates further afield an opportunity to meet out the pass. Danaher, 9 marks, 9 kicks. Centre-half forward, 50 metres out, Breeze at his back. Taking plenty of time. 22.5 minutes into the second quarter. South Australia still no goal on the board. Danaher's kick is nice off the boot. It's going to be very close. Davies gets a hand to it. What's the umpire rule? Touch, 1 point.
Clean stove enamel with a powder cleanser, and this is what you risk happening. Harsh scratching. But you don't have to use a powder cleanser. Use Jif. Jif's a creamy liquid, powerful enough to shift stubborn dirt. Yet Jif cleans and shines most kitchen and bathroom surfaces without the harsh scratching of a powder cleanser. Powerful Jif cleans and shines without harsh scratching.
Now you can squirt or pour. A better cream cleanser. New Action Plus. 2 cleaning products in 1. Flip the cap and squirt. Action Plus cleans and shines without rough scratching or gritty residue. Unscrew the cap and pour. Action Plus is the only cream cleanser that dilutes in water to clean large areas. Action Plus effectively cleans more surfaces than any other cream cleanser. Squirt or pour. Action Plus.
I guess I have a little foot odor problem. Doesn't everybody?
He's got a big foot odor problem, and nothing seems to help.
Now a breakthrough. Comb Odor Eaters. Millions of particles of odor-destroying charcoal blended in soft foam insoles. Odor Eaters work all day to absorb perspiration, destroying odor of feet, socks and shoes.
Hey, these odor eaters are really odor eaters.
I know.
Guaranteed to work or money back from Comb Odor Eaters, Comb International.
It's 1-on-1 out here, but not a good kick. Flower almost smothers it. In goes Gallagher. Flower traps it well. Taken by Bennett, kicks across field, but there it's Moore who takes the mark. Southby. Browning. He's at centre wing. Gets a lead from Allen, but he's going further downfield, trying to go straight for home. Roach in front spot, can't handle it. Coming through solidly was Hardiman, and he's going to be free kicked at centre-half back. Gary Hardiman.
Has been switched away from Danaher, out onto a flank. Looking after Blight now as a low trajectory screw punt. Finds the chest of Tuck in the centre of the ground. Quickly over to Allen. Robbed by Hardiman again. Another floating punt kick to Carey with Browning. Carey did it well. Got it back to Hodgman. Can't control it. In swoops Turner. Now Browning uses Moore. He was flanked by Southby, who got it from Tuck to centre half forward. Gallagher up. Flower hits the ground. Gallagher recovers the better. Drives short and finds Ian Jackman at centre.
Jackman looking for someone in the forward line to kick it to. There's no one long. He's gone short to Andrew Bennett on the corner of the square in attack. Evans on the lead now. He's going towards that player. That's a good pass, Andrew Bennett. And Evans out of the block holes in a flash. Took the ball about 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Long way out, Ian.
It's a difficult kick into this breeze coming across his body. South Australian holding their breath to see if they can get their first goal on the board before half-time. We're into time on of the second quarter. Evans' kick is going to be short. Carey's in the square. Up over the top they go. And the ball has been forced through off the hands for 1 point. It may have been a kick, but it was certainly just a jumble of arms and legs. 1 point South Australia takes them to 8. Victoria 6-8.
South Peter Dunstan. In turn using Graham Allen. Kicks over the centre line to half forward. LaHoo's in front, marks with ease. Shaw caught well back from that ball. LaHoo wide to the lead of Sewer. Sewer's kick to the half forward line. It's all Victoria. Southby up in front, an easy mark. Southby in trouble. A dribbling kick, trapped by Gallagher. Downfield being played to Victoria. It will be Robbie Flower to take the kick. Southby was in all sorts of bother then, but he's helped by the man in white as Victoria go to the half-forward line. Danaher couldn't pull it in. Craig the handball to Taylor. Craig's kick now into no man's land. First there, David McKay. Got plenty of time to straighten. Drive short into the path of Shaw. LaHoo in hot pursuit. Shaw chicks around, and there's Dunstan at centre half forward. Ian Dunstan. 3 minutes into time on of this second term, and in fact there's the half-time siren as we watch Dunstan shoot for goal. He shouldn't have a problem with the distance. His accuracy, however, is not there. One behind, and at half-time in the Interstate Clash at Football Park, Victoria 6-9, 45 leads South Australia 8 points. Their sum total.